This morning, when I woke up, I brewed my Bustelo Cuban espresso. Being born and raised in Miami, this black liquid gold is more of a lifeline than anything else, really. To make this coffee, I gradually stir it into sugar and whip up a nice layer of foam. If you've ever had cafecito, you know what that foam means. This isn't any ordinary coffee foam. This foam requires the right tools, timing, and undying dedication of the flick of the wrist. This foam, much like myself, is raised by the hands and history of the Cuban culture. To answer your question, no, I'm not Cuban. I'm Chinese, German, Irish, and French. Pero yo hablo Spanglish. My brothers, mother, and I were among the 2% Asian population of Miami. I was almost always the only Asian kid in any of my classes. As you can imagine, I was more confused than my peers about the way I spoke and looked. When I was growing up, girls would tell me I'm pretty for a Chinese girl. When I was growing up, boys would stretch their eyes toward their temples and say, "Ching chong chang." When I was growing up, teenagers asked, "Oh, you're Chinese? I thought you were Asian." When I was growing up, an abuelo, a grandfather, was unhappy with my swim teaching style. In Spanish, he told me to go back to Taiwan. When I was growing up, people asked, "What are you?" Let me guess. Peruvian, Native American, Colombian, Hawaiian, Jamaican, Cuban? It's who, not what. Who are you? I am Annabelle Louise Marie Le Jeune. My name is so French it hurts. If you saw it written on paper, the last face you'd expect to see is mine. And yet, here I am, a cultural chameleon whose eyes are Chinese, brain some kind of American, with a taste for croquetas and empanadas like everyone else back home. Upon completing my English and journalism studies, I realized that we all have our own stories to tell, including myself. The danger is letting everyone else write your story for you. After spending nearly 20 years repressing my Asian traits, I felt shame when I moved to Hawaii for not even knowing how to use chopsticks. I questioned my identity in ways I never did. I had answers that confused me, and other answers in the form of questions. Throughout my education, my professors emphasized the absolute need to get to the source of any story. As a storyteller, my job is to interview, research, and collect information from others and weave it into a story that makes sense. However, my own story didn't make sense because it was written from every other source but one, me. So I had a choice. I could see myself as the broken bits and pieces that people spread across the map for me, where they had the control to tell me who I am. But you see, the storyteller in me begged me to keep asking questions, to get down to the true source. So I chose to see those bits and pieces spread across the map as opportunities where I had the chance to show the world that I am not just American or Asian or European. I am a citizen of the world. I put myself on the map, because if you can't see yourself on a map, you'll never see yourself in the world. My professor once told me that we learn most when we're confused. I found that this applied to just about my entire college experience. Sometimes, if not many times, we come across places, things, and especially people that we don't quite understand, and that's okay. Today, we will walk with an education that has given you the tools you need to help you answer some of your questions. But it doesn't stop there. You should feel confident that your education gave you the mindset to ask questions, to further your understanding of not just the world and others, but yourself. Remember, while you work on your own story, you are part of a larger story. You are among the 7% of the world population to hold a college degree. 7%. After many sleepless nights and many accidental hours in a YouTube black hole, you may not feel privileged, but there are billions of people in this world who wish a college degree was part of their story. As stewards of this beautiful island Earth, of this world, we can use our science and logic, our words and rhetoric, our art and creativity, our research and theory, our chopsticks and forks and knives, our brown and blue eyes, our aina and traditions, our coffee brewing ambitions, to shape a story that we do want to see for our future. You often hear that there are two sides to every story. My professors will tell you that that's simply not true. If you look, there could be 10, 100, or 1,000 sides to any story. We may not know every side to our own stories, but that's part of the excitement. So, take your diplomas and everything it entails. Be patient and have fun being confused. You'll make better stories that way. Mahalo, and congratulations, class of 2017. Make your story an epic